Hi, I am Dope for Life from the Hyperview podcast, and today I am at the Standing on Business Mixer. I've said that 16 times today, and that's the first time I've gotten it right. So I'm here with one of the guests. Now I'm going to let you introduce yourself.
My name is Tynisha Easter, and I am the owner of the Black Print to Wealth.
The Black Print to Wealth.
Absolutely.
I like it.
Absolutely.
Is that a book? It's a brand? What you doing?
That's my brand. This is actually my shirt right here. That shows my branding.
Oh, okay.
But it is a brand.
And what's that stand for?
Well.
What's the
It's
motivation?
bridging the wealth gap between us people of color and bridging the wealth gap between people who are already doing well with their wealth. We need to get there. We need to get there.
Lower,
Absolutely.
like the haves and have not. We want to kind of close that gap.
Absolutely.
It's getting wider. I don't know if you've been looking at the statistics. I was just looking at you know what? It wasn't even a YouTube video. I'm actually in school.
Okay.
It was a history class, and my
Absolutely.
history professor was just pointing out that the difference between like the median income of an associate's degree versus like a bachelor's degree.
Okay.
And if you say you go back like 10 or 20 years, probably to the 80s, right? They were very close as far as like what you would make within like $3,000 to $5,000. Today, 2023, they're over $20,000 apart, right? At the difference between like what you're getting as an associate versus a bachelor. So like that gap of haves and have-nots are significantly growing, right? As far as education, monetary wise, a lot of it.
I totally agree, because what you would make, like you mentioned, with having a bachelor's,
Right.
you're not able to make the same amount. They actually want you to have a master's.
Right.
But that's why I'm all for school,
Mhm.
all for going to take that route. But I'm actually more because I've done college, and I'm more into mentorships.
Mhm.
And the reason why, because it's a quicker way to be able to get to where you're trying to go for a less amount.
Relevant information about the field that you're trying to go into.
Absolutely.
That's active.
Mhm.
The one thing I agree with you about school is they can't teach you anything that hasn't been done already, right? Like they're not at the edge, right? They're more of, let's take it 2 or 3 steps back because we fully understand this and can tell you what words, versus some of the newer things that are coming out that may be more applicable to the whatever, what is it? The skill-based economy that you're going into.
Mhm.
But because they have to be 2 or 3 steps back, right? They can't teach you that stuff.
Absolutely.
So having a mentor that's actively working in those spaces, it's going to give you a lot more relevant information.
Absolutely. I've had a business class, but I've had an instructor that actually didn't have their own successful business. So this is a key example on how you would actually want to learn from a person that's active, rather than learning from an instructor.
Those who can't do, teach.
Yeah.
I've heard that. I heard that when I was a kid, and I didn't really understand it. But the older I get,
I have not heard that term. I have not, but
those who cannot do, teach.
Okay.
So like, there's a lot of people who are very knowledgeable about a certain subject or a certain thing, but they can't do it, right? Like, let's say a basketball coach, right? They may not ever have played in the NBA, but they know how to get to pass that knowledge on.
Absolutely.
Right? Maybe I'm not physically good enough, but I can teach.
Right.
So those who can't do it usually end up teaching.
Okay. I like that vision. I see that. I see that in that aspect for sure.
It's going to stick up there. I'm trying to say, it'll be there.
Yeah.
Let's see. So how did you get linked up with the Standing on Business?
I actually it was a referral from a person that I know. Her name is Zamar.
Okay.
And she owns Z
Shout out
Jewelers.
Zamar.
Yes. She
Z
owns
Jewelers.
Z Jewelers.
Okay.
Yes.
Gonna go get blinged out.
And I did her taxes. I've been her tax preparer for a couple of years, and she knew that I did great business. So she referred me to.
Hey, look, it's tax season too. Look, that's ads.
Tax
We here.
time.
Do you do individual business, both?
I do both. I do individuals as well as business.
Oh yeah, we gonna have to link for sure.
Yeah.
I got a closet full of paperwork. I'm listening.
You need a bookkeeper. Bookkeeping.
Feels like that's not me.
I'll refer out for a bookkeeper.
Hey,
but
that's
actually.
Great business tip, right? There's a difference between somebody who does your taxes, right, and somebody who keeps your books throughout the year, right?
Absolutely.
Which makes doing your taxes easier. I'm not the tax professional, but I'm pretty sure that's how that works.
That's exactly how that works.
So don't bring the big wooden cardboard box to your tax preparer.
Or your shoebox.
They're not gonna mess with you.
Don't do that.
Okay?
We got a few apps for you.
That's an extra fee.
Yeah, that's gonna be an extra fee for you, for sure. For sure.
Okay. Okay. So you got referred to somebody for the standing on business mixer. What were you thinking, or what did you want to get out of coming out here?
I wanted to be able to offer my services because I do taxes as well as credit, as well as trying to get into insurance, as you know, as well as mortgage lending. But I wanted to be able to network in Sacramento
Hmm.
because I'm originally from Stockton. But I wanted to meet a lot of like minded people and
Okay.
be in the same
Yeah.
room so that I could be able to elevate whatever is going on in Sacramento to get more acclimated into town.
Feeds my spirit.
It
Like when I
does.
see other people doing or energized about things that I'm energized about, it helps me to know I'm in the right direction. That I'm
Absolutely.
not just, because I feel crazy a lot of the times, but having other people around, it's just, okay, I'm not that far off the rocket,
Yeah.
right? Like,
I
I
had
know I'm
a
kind of, but
I had a conversation with a person about my circle, and my
hmm,
circle is I don't even have a circle. I realized that I don't have a circle. I'm trying
right.
to build that circle from being just a dot or a line of people that I could
Yeah.
actually relate to and have like-minded with.
Yeah. Those who look like us, I've found that we do seem to start this journey alone, and we feel
Mhm.
like we need to do it alone, and we're very protective of it, and we keep it close to our heart uh, until we get to a point where we're like, hey, no, we're gonna have to build this team. Gonna need a community. I can't do this on my own.
Yeah.
Whether it's mentally, physically, whatever it is, like you're going to need that support, right? And no, you could technically do it yourself, but it's so much easier and so much funner. To me, technically, it would be impossible. There's so many things you're gonna go, like you face. There's
It's
so many
levels to it.
obstacles.
It's for sure levels to it, and a lot of the time we're in our own head.
Right.
So to get out of our own head, it's healthy.
Exactly.
And by getting out of your own
Yeah.
head, by being with other people and to be able to converse like this is it's
It's
golden.
priceless.
It's
It's
yeah.
priceless. So we do the standing on business mixer. The next one's gonna be in March. So if you missed this one, make sure you come out to the next one so
You
you can
need
get some of that community.
need to be here for sure.
Well, I have a lot of entrepreneurs that watch my show. It's not a lot, but it's a lot.
Okay.
And I like to ask, is there any advice, anything you'd like to put out for business entrepreneurs that are on that journey to startup, or maybe they've been doing it for a while? How can you help them in their journey? What do you think that they need to do?
The biggest thing is to believe in yourself first.
Amen.
The second part is to move forward and don't just stay in your head. Like you have to actually make the leap of faith to be able to start. And there's no wrong in starting. Once you start, then you can just go to the next step and the next step and the next step, and then you'll be up here.
Once you start, just got to start. Because even if you fall, you fail, you get back up, you keep going. Right?
Exactly.
But you can't fail at something you ain't started. You can't win shit.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So I appreciate you. This is Dope for Life from Hyperview at the Standing on Business Mixer with.
Tynisha from the Black Print to Wealth.
And where can we find you on social media or website?
So my social media is the Black Print to Wealth. That's on Instagram, as well as my email is theblackprinttowealth.com.
We need a book.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Book
tell
your
us.
appointments. Get in for your taxes for sure. And if you need that credit fixed, I got you. I'm your girl.
Yeah, she finna know all my business. I'm just gonna give her my social. Get me right. Everybody else be asking for it. I don't even know them.
Absolutely.
Appreciate y'all.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure.
Beautiful.